She said, "I'm not ready for this level of commitment." That was her response when I gently brought up the idea of us moving in together. I didn't argue. I didn't plead. I simply said, "I understand completely." And then I made sure she got every ounce of the independence she claimed to value. Funny how fast the idea of commitment made sense once her card got declined at the grocery store. By the way, thank you to everyone who helped us pass 10,000 subscribers. It means the world. But still, only 16.4% of you are subscribed. So if you're enjoying the stories, go ahead and hit that sub button. It helps us keep this going. My phone's been blissfully silent for 3 straight days, and I'm loving the peace. You ever get that quiet warning from the universe when you know something's about to turn? That weird shift in tone when someone starts making excuses for the simplest things? That's exactly what happened 2 months ago when Sarah, my girlfriend of 18 months, started acting odd about our lease conversation. We'd been together long enough that our routines had blended. I split my time between her apartment and mine pretty evenly, but her lease was nearing its end, and I figured maybe it was time to talk about consolidating, sharing a space, cutting back on redundant rent, taking the next logical step. Nothing crazy, just adult life stuff. We were making breakfast that Sunday when I casually brought it up. Just "Hey, your lease is almost up. Have you given any thought to what you want to do?" Her face shifted like I'd suggested eloping or taking out a joint mortgage. She went off about how she wasn't ready for that level of commitment, said moving and changes the whole nature of a relationship, that she valued her independence and wasn't ready to give that up. Fair. Everyone has their own pace. I nodded, told her I completely understood. What I didn't say was that her so-called independence was floating comfortably atop the financial support I'd been providing. Sarah's brand of fierce independence came with a price tag, one that was increasingly charged in my account. It started about 6 months into dating. Her car needed repairs, but her credit card was maxed. I offered to cover it and told her she could pay me back when she got caught up. Then came the dentist visit. Then the emergency vet bill for her cat. Each time, she promised reimbursement, and each time I waved it off. We were together, and this is what people do for each other, right? After a while, it became routine. Her phone was on my family plan. Groceries often went on my credit card. Gas, dinners, spontaneous shopping trips. If it made life easier, it went through me. She pitched in when she could, sure, but I carried most of it, and I didn't keep tabs. I genuinely believed we were building a future. Turns out, we were building her comfort zone and my unspoken resentment. Still, I said nothing when she gave her impassioned speech about independence. Just agreed and let her feel empowered. Monday morning, she called all giddy about her landlord renewing the lease without raising the rent. She was excited about having another year in her space. I congratulated her and asked if she'd shared the good news with her parents yet. Tuesday, I got to work, called my phone provider, removed her from my family plan, effective immediately. She'd now need her own account with her own billing. Then I logged into my credit cards, deleted her as an authorized user, and changed the card numbers entirely to cancel any automatic charges she might have saved. I combed through everything, streaming services, insurance, gym memberships, and cleared her from every single one. Wednesday, she texted asking if I wanted to grab dinner at that restaurant near her place. I said sure, but suggested she make the reservation since she was taking charge of her newfound independence. She didn't catch the undertone, just agreed and booked the table. Thursday, we went grocery shopping like usual. We got to the checkout, and she handed over her card out of habit. Declined. She looked surprised. Tried again. Declined again. She muttered something about having cash, paid, and seemed quietly flustered. Friday night, she called me, stressed out. Her phone service had been cut off that morning. "I don't understand," she said. "I thought I was on your family plan." "You were, but since you're all about maintaining independence, I assumed you'd want full control of your own phone service." "When did this happen?" "Tuesday. I figured you'd appreciate the autonomy." There was a long pause. Then, "It feels like you're punishing me for not wanting to move in together." "I'm giving you exactly what you asked for, Sarah. Independence." That's not what I meant, and you know it. What did you mean then? Because from where I'm standing, you said you weren't ready for our lives to be intertwined. I meant I wasn't ready to live together. Not that I wanted to be cut off from everything. But your phone plan, the groceries, the credit cards, those are intertwined. Financially. I'm just honoring the boundary you set about commitment. She kept trying to explain that phone bills and shared streaming subscriptions weren't the same as cohabitation, that I'd taken her words too literally. I told her she was absolutely right. Not ready for commitment. That's why she was now getting to experience genuine, uninterrupted independence. She called me ridiculous. I called it respectful. 2 weeks passed. The lessons came quickly. She got her own phone plan. Discovered individual plans are way more expensive than being bundled on a family plan. Activation fee, new phone, the whole ordeal. Her credit cards were declined repeatedly until she realized I'd removed her from mine. She had to use her own cards, with their modest limits, and dip into cash more than she liked. Then came the realization of how much of her life had been plugged into my accounts. Streaming platforms, gym, even car insurance. I bundled it for a discount. Now, she had to pay premium prices solo. Within a week, she was financially strained. The second week, she called again. Can we talk about the phone plan? Maybe I could get back on it and just pay you directly. That would make our finances connected again. I thought you weren't ready for that. A phone plan isn't the same as living together. It's still a form of financial interdependence. You said you wanted independence. I didn't mean I wanted to be completely cut off from shared expenses. Then what did you mean, Sarah? Because from where I'm sitting, you wanted to keep dating without sharing space while still benefiting from all the financial perks of commitment. She tried spinning it, said lots of couples split costs without moving in, that I was being petty. I reminded her she chose this. I was just honoring her wishes. This isn't what I wanted. You wanted freedom from entanglements. This is that. She got quiet. A month in, and Sarah's independence was starting to bite. Car insurance tripled. She had to get her own policy without the bundle. Streaming apps added up fast. About $80 per month now that she wasn't sharing mine. Grocery shopping? No one to split with. Started shopping at budget stores and buying off-brand products. The strain started bleeding into her social life. She stopped going out. Said she was budgeting. Turned down group events. Meanwhile, my finances were smooth sailing. Amazing what happens when you stop paying for someone else's lifestyle. She noticed. You seem like you're doing really well financially lately. It's incredible what happens when you only pay your own bills. Are you trying to make me feel bad? I'm trying to help you understand what independence actually costs. I never asked you to cut me off from everything. You asked for independence from commitment. That includes the perks too. At last, the gears clicked. Her version of independence had just been dependence with blinders on. Last week, she brought up a compromise. Said she'd learn how to manage on her own, but maybe we could share a few things again. Like what? I asked, maybe I could rejoin your phone plan. We could split groceries again. So not independence, interdependence, which sound a lot like me subsidizing again. Couples do that. They do, but they also appreciate it. I do now. After your card declined. She had no comeback. 6 weeks in, she tried once more. Came over with full presentation, budget charts, lessons learned, how she understood and valued the help now. Said she was even ready to reconsider moving in to save money. I thanked her for the effort, but told her I wasn't interested in resubsidizing someone who needed 6 weeks of isolation to recognize what she had. That's not fair. I'm willing to compromise now. Now that it's expensive, that's not compromise. That's desperation. What else do you want to learn? That commitment isn't something you opt into only when it benefits you. She said she understood now, that my financial support had always been a gesture of commitment, and she saw that. I told her recognizing it after losing it isn't the same as valuing it when you had it. So that's it. You get to enjoy the independence you wanted. I don't want it anymore. You wanted it when it was free. Now you get the real thing. Sarah left in tears. But I think, for the first time, she understood. Words carry weight. Choices come with costs. My life? Better. My finances? Balanced. My stress? Gone. I'm seeing someone new now. She pays her own phone bill and doesn't use the word independence like it's a weapon. Sarah got what she wanted. She just didn't realize independence from commitment also means independence from its benefits. Sometimes the clearest way to teach someone what they're asking for is to give it to them. No filters, no safety net. She wanted independence from shared responsibility. I made sure she got it. Turns out commitment and support are the same thing. Who knew?